Alright guys, it's Mark, your Pitsmore Owl. Pitsmore is the area, obviously Mark's my name, and I'm a big Sheffield Wednesday fan. Nickname the Owl. So I'm on Freedom Road, Walkley, Sheffield. Freedom Road, Walkley, Sheffield. I've come to do the story, the execution what took place on this road. Big music promoter in Sheffield, yeah. Ex-football hooligan, and also, let's be honest, I've come to talk story, I've come to talk truth, yeah. Ex-drug dealer, yeah. So I've had a bit of permission to do this off one of his brothers. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So Leicester Divers, we sat on this very road, New Year's Day 2003. In the early hours, comes out of his girlfriend's house on this street, Freedom Road, Sheffield Walkley. Mikola comes up to him, comes to the driver's window and shoots him one shot in the head with a shotgun, killing Leicester Divers instantly. Yeah, kills him instantly. His head hits the alarm, not the alarm, the centre console on the steering wheel, not the centre console, the steering wheel, making the beep sound go off. So beep, yeah, that's what alerted the neighbours, because obviously it's early morning. When that goes off, it alerted the neighbours, that alerted the police. Nearby from here, they found a burnt out Escort, what they basically put to the murder. So I'll give you some background to it now. So a lot of this has been proven, some of it is alleged. So remember, some of it's been proven, some of it's alleged. But I know these people. I know some better than others, and I also know some of Sheffield's Underworld. So they were from the street where Leicester's from, Pitsmore area that I'm from. So I don't know if I've got some of this wrong. Yeah, obviously some of it's alleged. But so Leicester Divers, yeah, he was probably, I'd say probably the biggest head in Sheffield at that time for the Underworld. Probably the most feared guy, I'd say. People feared him. Not just because of him, but because of who he knocked around with. I'm not going to start name dropping, but we all know who he knocked around with around them times. Yeah, he's supposed to have, remember the word alleged, supposed to have been going round robbing drug dealers, yeah, torturing them, taking the drugs, taking the money. When I'm saying drug dealers, I'm not talking about your street dealers, 10, 20, 30, 40 pound deals. I'm not on about that. I'm on about your big players, them what are moving kilos of heroin, kilos of crack cocaine, basically controlling the steel city of Sheffield at that time. Then we have another player, his name's Craig Allen, but his street name, if you're in the know, is Skenge. So Skenge was also a big drug dealer. Yes, a big drug dealer. Yeah. So again, alleged. This is alleged because at court, Mikola pleaded guilty to the murder. Yeah, and he got life imprisonment, a recommendation to the 16 years. Thinking he's very well there. He might even be out now. I'm not sure about that. Yeah. Get done for a shooting now, I think it's at least 30 years with a firearm. But in 2003, he got life, recommendation 16 years, at least. That's when parole board can look at it, but he's on life licence, yeah? His accomplice who were driving the getaway car, Kevin Smith from Barnsley, yeah? He got found guilty of murder because he was the getaway driver, yeah? So if you're a getaway driver, it doesn't matter if you pull the trigger, you're involved. So he got found guilty of murder. He's doing life in prison, and this is where the story gets a little bit alleged and sort of that sort of thing. So Skenge, Craig Allen, was a big player, very big player, yeah, in the drug world. Word on the street is, like I said, remember the word alleged, because he was actually found not guilty at court for this. He's supposed to have been frightened of getting robbed, been frightened of getting kidnapped, yeah, and been frightened of basically getting fucking took by Leicester and his firm. So he had the mentality, let me fucking sort him before he comes and sorts me, because he was told or passed on the street that they were coming for him. So basically, a drug addict at that time, Michael Huller, aka Mikola, friends with Skengy, yeah. So he basically, I think he owed Skengy some money for drugs, and also Skengy paid him, I don't know the bang amount, might have been 2 or 3 grand. I think the debt was quashed, and I think the 2 or 3 grand was also quashed for him doing the shooting, yeah. So, but when we went to court, Craig Allen, Skengy, actually got not guilty. He got not guilty on the murder, which caused crazy scenes at Sheffield Crown Court. They had on police in Crown Court. They were trying to get from the public gallery into the dock to get at the defendants. So we've got Kevin Smith, getaway driver, found guilty of murder. Mick Huller pleads guilty. He pleads guilty. He's not going to trial. Yeah, he gets life, 16-year rec. Yeah, at least. Then we get Craig Allen, who the police said set it up. Yeah, he organised it, but he actually got not guilty on that. Yeah. So, but also as well, I've been told as well, yeah, that Mick Huller, we actually bringing the shotgun into his girlfriend and sister's house. He called it something like his big buddy, something like that. Yeah. Think his son might have been there, whatever. And what I've told you before, the more people you bring in on a crime, yeah, the more chance you've got of getting caught, especially when it's a woman. Never been in trouble before with police, might have got kids, not used to that sort of thing. You're in a police station in a cell under pressure, police are threatening you, oh, you could get fucking life for this, you're going to get years in prison, yeah. When they're under pressure, most people like that, who aren't criminals, yeah, talk. Even criminals don't talk. So that's how I believed, yeah, they got caught. That's the word on the street, yeah, apparently, yeah. So a woman with a link, yeah. I might be wrong, but that's what I've been told off the streets, yeah. So I don't know if my story's bang on, yeah, but I know it's not far off, right. So then a few years later, when it happened, because this sent shockwaves through Sheffield, proper shockwaves through Sheffield. So Leicester Divers were probably one of the biggest players, one of the probably most feared people at that time. So January 2003, I'm actually in Doncaster prison myself, received 5 years, about 7-8 months before that. And I can remember people in there were absolutely shocked, yeah. And everyone saying, oh, make up fucking Skengy and that, he can't do prisons round here, he'll be fucking dead, and all this thing. So that's what I thought. But shock horror, seriously, yeah. Years later, I believe it was 2014-ish, might have been 15, February time, I gets a few weeks, yeah. Breach of molestation order. Myself having stress with trying to see my kids. I get off the Group 4 bus. Shocked. I'm shocked. Who's working in reception? Who's working in reception in Doncaster prison? A guy who I thought we a marked man. Skengy, Craig Allen. I couldn't believe it. So I had a little chat with him. I went, fucking hell, you've got a bit of front on you. And he went, God's honest truth. He went to me and went, I think a lot of people not forgot, but I think a lot of it's blown over now. And listen, it must have done for him to do that. I was shocked because Leicester Divers are very, very big fish, and I thought there'd be serious reprisals, yeah. But because I think Skengy might have got he got a big sentence. I'm not sure how big it were. It might have been a 22 for supplying drugs, yeah. But he actually got not guilty for setting that murder up, yeah. But he was actually working in reception in Doncaster prison, and I remember him saying to me, anybody who lives in England are fucking idiots. He says, I've been living in Holland. He says, and when I get out, he says to me, exact words were, I don't know why people would want to live in England. He says, I'm going to live in Holland. And I think the police might have even got him in Holland. So he was doing a big sentence. He might have been something like 22 years, but that was nothing to do with the Leicester Divers killing. That were through drugs. Yeah, and lots of them. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to be honest with you, I was sort of shocked or sort of took back about that. So I'm like, wow, fucking hell. A few years earlier, I don't think he could have done that. Do you know what I mean? But listen, as time goes on, people's memories fade, don't they? People's memories fade, but I just thought to be working in reception. So as soon as you come off the fucking Group 4 bus, you were there. Do you know, fucking getting fucking tea, like, you know, I think you're working on the tea, you know, like serving the tea on the server here, down reception in Doncaster Prison, Marchgate. So yeah, I was shocked, to be honest, and I thought, fucking ass, that's brazen. I was right shocked. But yeah, so that's the story at Leicester Divers. Do you know what I mean? That's the story. So yeah, he actually got off with the murder. My colour may be out now, or due out, and he told me that he's looked after him all the way through his sentence, which obviously you would do, wouldn't you, if a guy's kept his gob shut on you. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, Skengy Craig Allen actually got not guilty of the murder. Well, for setting it up, he got not guilty in the big sentence, but for drugs. So Mick Haller got life, Rex 16 years, which I think he's done brilliant. You wouldn't get that now, no chance. And Kevin Smith got a life sentence for driving the car. Yeah, so don't matter if you pulled the trigger. Yeah, if you were the getaway driver, you're part of it. Yeah, so yeah, so local papers had Leicester as down as a music promoter. Yeah, but everyone knows that he had another side to him. It's not for me to judge. Yeah, and my stories, a lot of it's what the streets, I know what the streets have said, and obviously some of it's alleged. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys, really appreciate you. So this is Freedom Road, I'm Mark Morehouse, the Pitts Morehouse, and this were Leicester Divers' story. So rest in peace, Leicester, rest in peace. Didn't deserve that. God bless. Take care. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe. Cheers, guys. Take care.